Get your tickets now for the 23rd annual edition of the OUTshine LGBTQ Plus Film Festival happening April 23rd to May 2nd. Don't miss our incredible grand opening drive-in event followed by 10 days of non-stop films from here and all around the world that you can watch at home. Watch trailers and get your tickets at OUTshineFilm.com now.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Dino Mosquera, one of the directors of the board at OUTshine Film Festival. Welcome to the 23rd edition of the Miami edition of the OUTshine Film Festival. Today, we are here to discuss one of the shorts presented in our program. It's called Lo Ephemeral, the Ephemeral, and for that we have attending today the director, Jorge Muriel Mencia. Hola, Jorge. How are you?
Hola, Dino. How are you? I'm so happy to be with you.
Thank you for joining us to talk about your wonderful short. I am very amazed by your short. Your short is one of my favorite shorts. It's beautifully made. It's just stunning, and wanted to talk to you about it. And we wanted to to ask you first, how do you come about the concept of this short? I mean, well, as the name says, the ephemeral, lo ephemeral of the connections in this film of these wonderful characters. I have to say, the scene in the metro at the Lago Station in Madrid is just stunning to me. That moved me so much, that connection between Martin and Sergi, that I was shaking, actually. So I think you did wonderful work with the casting. So tell us about it. Just tell us about it.
Okay, so first, thank you for your words, for your kind words. Really touched my heart, so thank you. The origin of the film is basic in two real true stories that happened, one to me and the other one to my very best friend Marty 20 years ago when we were living together in New York City. So for me it's very special because I combine both the stories, and at the same time is the result of my need of wanted to talk about fugacity of life. I wanted to do a short film about time, about second chances, and about the necessity of being coherent with ourselves in life. So the whole story is a mix of all that elements.
Yes, and that's exactly. It brings me to my next question. Is talking about those multi-layers. How you go back and forth in time with the two characters, Martin and Sergi, both when they were children, the current time at the metro, as we described, and then the later, older age of them, kind of like in el ocaso, like in their older age, right? So how you manage and the editing of the film to go back and forth in this multi-layer way that you put so masterfully in your short. So tell us about that. How do you because it's complicated, right? To keep the picture, right? To keep the line, how you don't lose track of who's who and what's happening in the story.
Yeah, it is. I remember when I was sharing the script with my crew at the beginning, they were really concerned about if the audience will understand what's going on. So with that on mind, fortunately, the editor is a very good friend of mine, Bernardo. So I started to rewrite the script with the editing on mind. So that was beautiful to working with him in the pre-production of the film. That's helping me a lot to arrive every day to the set with a clear idea of the things that there was a must to have for the editing of the story. and to tell the story the way we wanted to tell it. For example, you were talking before about the finding the cast. I realized that that finding the cast was one of the most difficult and at the same time most beautiful part of the process, because, like you said, the characters have the continuity of a lifetime, and we're using 6 different actors. So that was really beautiful. And at the beginning, we were starting to find actor with the same kind of eyes, and then we realized that the important thing was the energy, that all the actors have, like, all the actors who play Marty have a special energy, and all the actors who play Sergi have another energy, and they complement each other really well. So yeah, it had been like a puzzle. I think the short film had been like a puzzle, and it's great when you have a great team with you. I really believe that one of the beautiful things of making films is to work with people. And I want to say thank you to my crew, because they made, with their hard work, the story better that I have in mind. So yeah,
I have
I
to
don't know.
I have to tell you, one of the things that impressed me the most about your film were the close-ups. How you go, especially between Miguel Camino and Jose Mencia, the actors in the adult age,
Yeah.
right? Metro. How you go into showing the skin on the neck of Martin, the side of the mouth of Sergi when he's reading the book. Those details add so much to the story. The chemistry between these two was electrical.
Mm.
So it was so I was so taken by that. The way that they were not speaking and they connected, how they touched in the holding the bar at the metro. That was to me. I have to tell you, and I've seen a lot of films that that touch was everything. It was the ephemeral. It was just that touch because really that was the only time that they touched. Then they never saw each other again, as I understand the story. So it was just that one moment in time in that metro. It was just beautiful. It was so beautiful, and the music.
Wow. I love what you said, because I remember when we did the film, we shoot the film 3 years ago, that 2 years ago, that I say the same thing, that the most important part of the film was the touching in the metro. So it was important to tell that part precisely and in the right way. And it was very important for me to find 2 actors who have a lot of chemistry. And I knew that I wanted to work with Miguel, but I have doubts about the Sergi. So in the moment that Jose arrived to the casting, and I saw them together, I felt inside of me that I had the lead actors. So that's beautiful when you see it as a director, and you're totally right. Is they have a beautiful connection, and you can see that on the screen because
Definitely,
they have it in
definitely.
real life. And
Definitely, the way that Jose Mencia Sergi looks back at Martin and his eyes. I mean, they're both beautifully, physically beautiful, both of them. But it's just how they connected. The
yeah.
connection is so real between the two of them. It's so good.
And do you know why I choose them? I choose them because when they came to the audition, I felt that they understood the story perfectly. And when you have that, you don't need anything else, really. Because to be really honest with you, they knew the story. So they were so generous, like being so open in that, because we did the shooting at the subway during the night when the subway station was closed. So it was hard, but physically hard. But they were so there that it was amazing. And I totally agree with you that um, I think if the short film is kind of magical, is for that moment.
Exactly right. Exactly right. That one scene in the metro, what before Sergi steps out of the car and he's leaving, and then Martin is giving him the rose, was everything. That scene made your film, stand up. Definitely, it's so pretty. It's so well done. Tell us about that rose. The rose. I've been wanting to ask you about the rose, the connection of the rose, how that rose get into the later part of their life when they destroy the rose. Tell me how you bring that rose throughout the film.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a secret. I mean, in the real story, it was not a rose; it was a coin. This part of the story comes from my friend Marty. That's why one of the lead character had his name as a tribute to him. But Martin lived a moment in the New York subway train, and then he found a pen on the floor. And before he was leaving the subway train, he gave the penny to the girl, saying, keep this, it will give you luck. So at the beginning, when I was writing, I was using a coin, and working. I, I was missing something alive. And the good thing of the rose for me is that you can show in the rose the time. It's like an metaphor of the fugacity of life, representing in the rose. And like you, full to see the evolution of that as a symbol. It was important to me to break it. So that's why I was thinking a coin is not the element. um I don't know, and at the end I cannot see the story with anything else that rose. So,
Well, I mean, besides that, the rose, marchita. So
yeah,
marchita meaning in English just like it decay.
exactly,
It
like life
decays at
in
the
a good
end.
way.
So right, and at the end, Sergi breaks the rose, and
Yeah.
that kind of like bring it to a conclusion or to close
Yeah.
that scene. I was very impressed with the older actors, Jose
Mhm.
Ariaga y Norberto Arribas, right?
Mm.
Especially with Martin's his eyes, his the way. I mean, the way he's mourning the death of his wife. Is that right? She died, right? Or she's dying.
Yeah, it's true. We didn't want it to. Yeah, but could be that she's dead. Like we didn't explain it, but yeah, could be that
She's sick. She's dying. She's
absolutely is.
right. His eyes and everything, and those scenes where not only the metro is leaving and they're both facing the window while Martin in old age and Sergi is looking at the mirror. So the way that to check, you can't contrasted the young with the old. Looking at this was very, very well done. I was very impressed by that. I loved it, actually.
Thank you so much. It was beautiful to realize that the whole story was built as a reflection. That for me, both of the characters are a reflection of the same person. And for me, that's my explanation as a director. That's why they feel that strong connection, even when they see each other for 5 minutes in their life. But I want to answer something else that you said before. Is everything is built as a memory. So that's why I was using to that close-up, because when you remember something, you don't go to the big things. Probably you go to the details that is still with you. So talking with my director of photography, that it was beautiful to say, let's build it as if everything is a memory, because it is. So that was a good trick to find the visual construction of the film.
Yeah, no, one of the details was the anti shoe, for example, that is
Exactly.
throughout the film, right? So that's things that stick with you. I'm sure that happened. That anti shoe in the metro
Yeah,
remembers that from that moment, and
yeah,
that continues in your film later in life when he still has the anti shoe. Martin
exactly.
happens
And
to him.
yeah, it was like important for us to find that kind of symbols that you can repeat. So it would be easier for the audience to link one character with the other one. But
Yeah.
we were trying to be subtle too, because we didn't want it to like push the symbolic elements of the film, and that was another hard part in the editing too.
Yeah, the kids. I mean, obviously the casting of this is very complicated because you have to find, I guess, four different sets of actors. In the
Yeah,
younger ones, the little older ones, the adolescents, and then the adult ones,
exactly.
the older ones. Just keeping track of all that and how you move, across all of them, and navigating their connections. The scene with the child in the church with Sergi, with the priest, was just very. It was very moving and very. It's one thing that especially us Catholics go through that. That guilt. Being confronted with that guilt and then having to confess that guilt, right? So, and how the kid actually talks to the father and how the father talks back to him. It's actually very, very. That really happened?
Yeah, well, I'm so happy you bring that scene particularly, because yeah, something similar happened to me in with a Colombian priest in my neighborhood, and I'm really grateful to him. So yeah,
You
and
found a Colombian actor to do your priest,
yes, exactly.
right?
So I want a Colombian actor, have to be a Colombian actor, and
Yeah.
and it's to be completely honest, when that happened to me, I think that the priest 100% know that I was talking about my sexuality, but for me, it was so beautiful how he gave me the words I needed to hear. So, and I think it's so important when somebody saves the life of somebody else, and for me, that is scenes represent why Sergi more is really accepting who he is, and because Martin didn't have that person in his life, so it's a very, very important scene. And
So you are.
sorry, what?
So you're Sergi in the film. Is that right?
And what?
You are Sergi then in the film.
Mm, yes, I'm Sergi in the film. Oh, what
Okay.
a beautiful question! No, yes, yeah, I'm Sergi in the film. Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. And Los Años, that book, is that the book you were reading? Is that true? Is that a book that your lover gave you?
Is another mix. I mean, uh, um, like I said to you, is I built the script with different real stories, and the thing about the Virginia Woolf book is about something that happened in this way, but I was reading another book.
So,
His story have a happy ending, and it was and
well,
is
the
everything okay?
stories.
The connection?
Yeah, for a second we lost you for a second, but your story
Okay,
starts from the book, right? Your story starts with a quote from Los Años, right? Virginia Woolf
exactly.
in your film, right? So
Yeah. And
yeah, go ahead.
oh, sorry. Yes. So yes, I mean the book was important, but I changed the Virginia Woolf book. I love Virginia, but I thought that for this film, Los Años was the perfect book, again, as a symbol and a metaphor of the whole story.
Tell me about the music, Jorge. The music that you use, especially in the metro station, in the metro scenes between Martin and Sergi. The music is so important to your story and how you get to those points in the stories that are so critical, like the touch when they're holding the hanger at the metro. Tell me about the music.
Well, the first thing I want to say is that the musician Iñaki Rubio, he's a genius. He's a genius. He's another really good friend of mine. We have been working together for years, and I told him that I need a very specific music because I didn't want to use music any moment before. That's why the music only appear in the moment they touch. It's like they touch and or they start to feel the connection, and we hear the music. And I think Iñaki did something very beautiful. I think you cannot feel it when you listen it, but he built two different composiciones, like compositions, like one
Composition, yeah.
composition, one for Martin and the other one for Sergi. So every time you see one of them, it's like you listen a part of their melody, but then at the moment that the both hand touch, they put the two melodies together, and I think it's subtle, but it's beautiful.
No, no, no. His music is perfect for the mood that you're trying to convey. It's
Yeah,
just so well done, so important that that music, that background was so special. The touch, that what you're saying, the blending of the
the
two
blending.
in that scene is just so well done. It's just beautiful. It's so poetic. I've seen your short 3 times so far because it moved me so much. It was so. It was especially when they touched. I was like I said before, I was shaking. It was very meaningful to me. That has happened to a lot of us. When you have that connection, but probably it's not going to end up in nothing, but you connect with somebody even for a few minutes, a few seconds, and it stays with you. And then
Forever.
yeah, it stayed with you forever. You still remember you wrote about it, and how it changed your life. So that was so poetic. It was so beautiful. Tell me about having. So did you film the short during COVID? Did it affect you?
No,
Okay.
we did it before COVID,
Okay.
and thank God, because for example, we shoot 2 days in a public hospital. So it was a blast that we did it before COVID era, because right now to shoot in a public hospital will be impossible.
Mhm.
So we did it 6 months before the whole COVID thing started. So and we did it for 7 days. And the other thing is because the film was kind of very personal for me. We shoot it in my old neighborhood. I mean, in my child neighborhood. So that was very special. We did the scene in my school, in my high school, in the church. What that thing happened with the priest in the real place. Um,
Really?
so yeah, there was kind of special places.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you're lucky that you got to make it before COVID.
yeah.
So have you shown your film in other places? Are you starting the to show it? What is the plan for the short? I want the audience to know that you're known to the festival. You presented a short a few years ago, a couple of years ago, "The Boy Who Wanted to Fly," right? So you are familiar to the OUTshine Film Festival and to Miami audiences. So what is the plan for your short for this beautiful film that you are presenting?
We were really lucky because we were nominated for the Goya Academy Awards. Is
Oh
the
wow,
Movie
really
Academy Awards
awesome.
from Spain. So that was great for the film. We didn't win, but
That is
That you
awesome.
said from Canada, right?
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit. Can you repeat what you just said? It's very interesting and very important. Jorge was saying that they were nominated to the Goya Awards, which is the equivalent to the Oscars in Spain. So tell us about it. Jorge, can you hear me? So can you hear me? You're freezing, Jorge. I'm
Hi,
so sorry.
Dino. Are we back? I can. Yeah, I'm so sorry too. Yeah, I
I
can hear
hear
you.
I hear
Can
you.
you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you now. Tell us.
Okay, so yes, we got nomination. We didn't win, but it was beautiful to be there and have gave the film a lot of publicity. So it's wonderful, and we have another year to keep showing the film around the world. So we're very excited about it.
I am very impressed. I mean, that you being nominated to the Goya Awards. I mean, that's big. That's pretty good.
Big
So,
thing, yeah.
and apropos of that, I wanted to tell you that the OUTshine Film Festival, the jury has given the jury award to your short. So
Yeah,
my feed
really.
has won. Yes, yes. So I wanted to tell you. So I knew that you'll be excited. We love your
Oh my
film.
God.
It's a beautiful film. So I wanted to tell you that the jury shows your film for the best short. So
I knew that in directos. It's amazing. Thank you. It's like receiving the award. So no,
yeah,
thank you
no,
so
no,
much.
it's so meaningful that we are having this conversation and we can tell you so that the jury has awarded this to you and we love your films and I think that your film and I think he's gonna have a great future. So it's beautiful. We wish you the best of luck with the film. I think that you're wonderful and to the cast and to your crew. I mean, kudos is really really good. So, you wanna? So we're gonna wrap this up soon, Jorge. I hope we can have you here in Miami in the future with another film, and that we get to meet in person. I know it's difficult given the circumstances, but we're so appreciative of you and your film and your participation and your wonderful film. So, tell us your last few words before we wrapped up. So, what do you say?
Wow. First of all, thank you so much. I mean, I was so happy just being in the festival, but be honored with this award make me wow, really really happy. And I just want to say that thank you to the organization of the festival for make this edition happen. So thank you guys. And I want to see to the audience that we should live the moment. And I think that one of the big learning of these crazy times is that we have only one ride, so we should enjoy it and be happy and love each other. So
Right, life is ephemeral.
life
That's
is
it.
ephemeral.
Right, that's right. One thing we learned from your film is that life is ephemeral, and the pandemic has taught us that. So life
Exactly,
is
exactly.
in everything that we do, and I'm so pleased that we awarded you that the festival awarded you this film, especially now that we know that you were nominated to the Goya Award. I mean, I'm very impressed. So I know your film is going to have a wonderful future and a wonderful run. And I hope you pick distribution and more audiences get to watch it and see it in platforms and all around, especially Latin America. I think it's very important for us to show films coming from Hispanoamerica and in Spanish and for our audience. And the Outshine Film Festival has always made a big effort in, you know, screening and highlighting all these efforts from filmmakers in Latin America and Hispanoamerica. So thank you very much. Thank you for your participation and thank you for our audience to tune in. Outshinefilm.com is the website for more details about the program. We're gonna run so if you want to know more details, outshinefilm.com. thank you very much for being today with us, and thank you, Jorge Muriel, for being with us. And good luck. Okay, best of luck
Thank
to you.
you. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
See you
Bye.
soon.
Thanks.